Hello everyone, this is Yogesh Ranjevar. I welcome you all for another session of a concrete technology. Today session is all about the self-healing concrete. So we will see what are the contents in self-healing concrete. So it consists of an introduction, then self-healing concrete and its working, comparison between the normal concrete and self-healing concrete, advantage and disadvantage of self-healing concrete, and at the end we will see about its application. Then introduction. So formation of a crack is a common phenomenon which is related to the durability. In case of a structure, you will find that the cracks are formed when the structures are going to aging. Now percolation of a crack may lead to leakage problem, causing deterioration of the concrete matrix or corrosion of the embedded steel reinforcement. You can see in this particular picture the formation of cracks are occur in this particular structure. Now what happened in this case, whenever the cracks are there, the water may get percolated in this particular structure with the help of this crack. Now why it is necessity of a self-healing concrete? Generally there are two types of forces which are acting on a particular structure. Nature of forces are compression or it could be of a tension. Now in the first we will see about compression. When the force is acting on a particular structure, that in case of a pushing form, that is called as a compression. When the force is acting in case of a pulling form, it is called as a tension. And we know that concrete is a very strong in compression and it is very weak in tension. That's why we have to provide the steel reinforcement in case of a structure so that it can withstand tensile as well as compression force. Now in case of a beam, when the load is acting in the downward direction, we can see that there is a formation of a compression on the top layer of the beam, whereas there is a formation of a tension on the bottom layer of a structure. In that case, we can see that there is a formation of a crack. Now it has to be avoided. So how we can avoid? So we have to provide the again steel reinforcement so that it can withstand the tension as well as compression. Now why the necessity of self-healing concrete comes? Because whenever the concrete come in contact with the water and when the cracks are there, so there is a deterioration of a structure and we can find that it may start to fail after some period of a time. Now the self-healing concrete, it is that kind of a concrete which heals itself when it come in contact with the air and water. It produces the lime on an outer layer of a concrete. In most of the traditional concrete mixtures, 20 to 30% of the cement is unhydrated. If the cracking of the concrete occurs, unreacted cement grains may become exposed to moisture penetrating the crack. When the cement is come in contact with the water, the 20 to 30% of the cement is unhydrated. In that case, the hydration process may start again and hydration process may fill up and heal the crack itself. This is possible in case of a self-healing concrete. When the water and air come in contact with that particular structure, there is a formation of a lime which is occurred on the outer layer of a structure, and whatever the cracks which are developed on that particular structure, it starts healing itself. This story behind it is that in the year 1877, Ferdinand Kohn claimed that with a bacteria known as a genus Bacillus, concrete could be healed. And yes, it is possible. The bacteria, it consists an outer layer of thick wall which resists the sunlight, chemical exposures that we can see in the particular picture. It is in the form of a capsule. The two components healing agent is added to the concrete mixture. The two components consist of first one is the bacteria and second one is the chemical precursor. The agent consists of a bacteria that has to resist the alkalinity and the mechanical stress of a concrete, whereas the chemical precursor is to activate the bacteria. Most of the bacteria belong to the genus Bacillus are fulfilling the required criteria. Some of the list of the bacteria are Bacillus pseudophilus, Bacillus coni, Bacillus phylla, Bacillus pastura, etc. That can be shown in this particular picture. Now, the chemical precursors found to be most suitable is calcium lactate. The chemical formula is given here. Calcium lactate. there is a chemical precursor which is found in this particular bacteria. Then how it is mixed? When the spores, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and cement are mixed together, which results in a self-healing concrete. In case of the self-healing concrete, the spores of fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and cements are mixed together. One precaution it has to be followed while mixing. Bacteria and cement are not allowed to mix together with the help of a clay palette. This is the precaution one has to take when the self-healing concrete is going to in the picture. The cracks are formed on the surface of the concrete and due to any reason like a shrinkage, inadequate water or hydration, that we can see in this particular picture. This is the part of a structure, this is nothing but the reinforcement, and we can see that there is a formation of a crack. There is a formation of a crack. These cracks start to form in a structure after some period of a time of a structure. Now in this particular picture we can see that these are the small dots. These are nothing but the bacterial spores. Okay, so when the cracks are formed and when the water is allowed to pass to this particular cracks, this bacterial spores are active and it starts reacting with this particular water. The water is deliberately forced into this crack and the precursor is activated. When the precursor is activated, there is a formation of a lime on the outer layer and it starts healing. The chemical precursor activates the bacteria to react with the precursor and form a base of a calcium carbonate called as a limestone. You can see in this particular slide. The chemical equation is given as below. So there is a formation of this is the carbonation and this is nothing but the lime, and that can heal that particular crack. So this is the picture before healing, this is the picture after healing. So we can see in this particular picture there is a formation of a crack. It may be of any reason. Okay, and this is the picture which shows after healing. So this particular crack is healed by itself, so that is self-healing concrete. Now various research are going on. It was started in the year 2011 when Jonkers and his team to start his research in self-healing concrete. A small structure or a part of structure will be built with the self-healing material and observed for 3 to 5 years. Then structure will be fitted with some panel of a self-healing concrete and other with a conventional concrete. So just to have the comparison between the normal concrete and self-healing concrete and how it works. Crack will be made in the concrete that are much larger than the one that have healed up in the laboratory to determine how well and fast they heal the over time. Now this is the comparison between the normal concrete and this is the self-healing concrete. On the x-axis we have plotted the time, on the y-axis we have plotted the performance. When the newly prepared concrete or structure is there, it performs very well in the initial period. Okay, it performs very well in the initial period. After some period of time, it starts showing the effect of environment, or its effect may be of a structure which are occur. Structure starts deterioration. Effects are more in case of a normal concrete after some period of a time, and this is a man-made repair. This man-made repair, okay, we can hide this particular crack for some period of time, but it does not last long. Now in case of a self-healing concrete, when the newly made concrete is there, it performs very well in the initial period of a time. Then when the cracks are formed on a particular structure, it may be because of the environmental effect, or it may be of a improper concrete mixing. Then whenever the cracks are occur in a particular structure, it starts healing itself. When the water come in the contact with the air with particular structure, the bacterial spores which are available, and in that bacterial spore formation of a lime takes place which heals the crack itself. Again, this is the cost comparison between the normal concrete and this is the self-healing concrete. The initial cost of a self-healing concrete is too much high. The initial cost is too much high. One can say that it's a double to that of a normal concrete. So the research is going on to reduce the cost of this particular self-healing concrete. The expensive thing in case of a self-healing concrete is that the calcium lactate which is available in a self-healing concrete is too costly. So research is going on to reduce the cost so that everyone can use the self-healing concrete for their structure. There are some advantages of self-healing concrete, as the name itself says self-healing concrete means we don't require a high skill labor to heal the crack, as the cracks are healed itself. So it is a cost saving, we can say that, in the initial period, means after the formation of a structure, whenever the cracks are obtained on a particular structure, it can heal itself. In that case we can say that it's a cost saving, but no, it's not cost saving, it is very costly. The self-healing concrete has a comparatively very less permeability, more durability and strain bearing capacity than the conventional concrete. This can be applied to existing building in the form of a spray. One can apply this self-healing concrete in the form of spray to hide the cracks. It is eco-friendly technique, as the carbon dioxide produced is curbed due to reduced use of a concrete. Self-healing concrete is more effective shock absorbent, making it safer during the earthquake because of the polymer membrane on its surface. Another advantage is that the internal level, which means smallest of a crack, can be reached. The unhydrated cement, which does not contribute to the strength involvement, can be used. In the initially I told you that 20 to 30% of the cement is remain unhydrated. So in self-healing concrete, that cement involvement is there. Disadvantage, potential drawback of this particular reaction mechanism is that for each carbonate ion, 2 ammonium ions are simultaneously produced, which may result in excessive environment irrigation, nitrogen loading. Second, the matrix of concrete changes and reduces the amount of mixture, which reduces the strength of concrete. Skilled labor is required for the uses of this concrete, as it is very costly. Strength increases is quite slow process. Bacterial use for now is costly. As I told you that in self-healing concrete, the costliest thing is that calcium lactate. Its cost is very high, and research is still going on to reduce the cost of this particular concrete. Application of a self-healing concrete. It is generally used in case of a road to migrate the traffic jam. It can be used in oil and gas industries so that the small cracks can be reduced, which becomes spillways. It can be used to strengthen any kind of a structural building, both existing and new. It can be effective in the region where buildings undergoes the freezing and thawing frequently. It can be proved to be economical in case of irrigation work, dams, etc., which are directly in contact with the water. Thank you. So today we have discussed about the self-healing concrete. In the initially I told you that self-healing concrete is nothing but the concrete which can heal itself. So I can say that self-healing concrete is a good one to use, but it is a very costly. So when the cost of this particular concrete is minimum, so everyone can use this particular self-healing concrete. Thank you for today's session. We will see you in the next session. Thank you.